Hello, everyone. Welcome to this new live session of Customily. As we're letting people in still on the room, we're going to wait just a couple of minutes. And in the meantime, let's play some music.
Step into the future, get ready to ignite. Customly's the engine, taking you to new heights. Personalization power, the best you've ever seen. We're rocking the e-commerce scene, living the dream. No limits, no borders, creativity unleashed. From names to crosswords, your products find their niche. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Previews, we've got your back. Dynamic designs, there's nothing we lack. From tees to mugs, from frames to tees, Customily's the partner your store really needs. Innovation's our motto, your growth is our goal. With tools so advanced, we're in total control. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. So if you're chasing sales and aiming for the sky, join the Customily family, it's time to amplify. We'll take you higher, set your brand apart. With endless options, we're the e-commerce heart. Customily's the best, we're leading the race. No app can match us, we're setting the pace. Features so many, we're ahead of the game. With support that's legendary, remember the name. Customily, the top of the charts. Transforming every product, winning customers' hearts. With rock vibes and passion, we'll always be true. Customily's the app made just for you.
Okay, everyone, welcome to this new live session of Customily. Today, we're going to be addressing a very important issue, one topic we wanted to go back after we first presented this new feature called sending groups. So we're going to be back into that topic and prepare, as we are always giving you new tools for this last part of the year, preparing yourself for the big for the holiday season and Q4 big sales boost. So we're going to talk about personalized bundles, and we're going to see how can we take advantage of the idea of adding stuff to your cart just by suggesting, by generating promotions, and much more. And Customily has the right tools to help you with that. So today, let me present you the team. I'm going to be your host, and we have Joffrey as our co-host. And on the chat, we have Josepine. And what we're going to talk about today? We're going to tell you about a new feature. There's always a new feature in our live sessions. And you have no idea what's coming on the next live sessions. So I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but you can see we have new features every now and then. And today we're going to present you the fact that now we can include emojis for the text boxes. This has been a very popular request on our roadmap, and we are really proud to let you know that we have been listening to your requests and gathering all the votes and put our team together to get this brand new feature for you. So we're going to also discuss a bit about why bundles matter for your store a lot, and give you some ideas, right, of some bundles you can do to sell. And we're going to do a tutorial, like always. We're going to create a personalized bundle. We're going to use a Customily design with some special post-production after we pick it. There's always time for Q&A, so stick to the end and prepare your questions. All right, let's talk about our new feature. Okay, welcome, Geoffrey, to stage.
Thank you very much, Jose. Thank you, everyone, for joining our live session one more time. And as Jose mentioned a minute ago, stay tuned because new things are coming just around the corner. Our team is working hard on innovating and bringing new features, and such as that, we now have emojis for text boxes. Now you will be able to offer emojis for all of your for all of your designs and shoppers. This is for the moment only available for text boxes, but stay tuned because we'll be updating this to work for all of the text options and other options as well. So essentially, how does it work? All you have to do is get to your option sets, and within the text input area, you will now have a checkbox that allows shoppers to enter emojis. Now, the keyboards have buttons to switch language and to switch the input language. And for example, at least on Mac users, you can include the emojis as part of the keyboard. So you are going to be able to enable that for your clients as well. Stay tuned. This is just the first step, but soon you will have it available for multiple text shapes and also for other variants as well.
Yes, definitely it's going to be a game changer because as our tech language, actually, our virtual and digital language expands, emojis actually express a lot. And if you ever try have a conversation only with one emoji, it's going to be really fun just to see what you can get. Have a couple of friends and be sure to only talk with just one emoji. And it's going to be a really big challenge. But it's nice when you're going to play a game night. That's actually a very good example. So imagine after you do that and you come together with this cool combination of emojis that will somehow reflect your or symbolize your group of friends. You can have your Customily t-shirt and your Customily products with that emoji combination. So it's always nice to relate to whatever you're personalizing. Now, why would you focus yourself on bundles? And going back to the example of the friends and the emojis for this hidden message between friends, imagine if you're going to be putting together gifts for the end of the year. So definitely you may put together your t-shirt, for example, but then you start to realize that, oh, this will go really great with a mug, and this will also be great if I put like a greeting card, and the greeting card will also be great in an envelope, and so on, so on. So basically you're increasing the average order value, right? Because maybe you were going to just get a t-shirt for 20, 30, right? And then you started adding some stuff and end up purchasing 50, 80. Of course there's always an increased order value, but at the same time you are you're generating this bundle thinking of the end result, or as well maybe thinking of multiple recipients, right? So when you personalize something, you definitely want to see, it's very easy to generate an upsell value if you can actually see that customization on other products. That's what setting groups does in Customily. So it's very important to design that experience really well using our tools, right? And as an example, like I told you, you have that group of emojis, and also if you're customizing for Christmas, you may get this ornament that has a image upload, but that ornament may also be added to, for example, to the mug, or maybe to a calendar, a tote bag, whatever you may think of. Now, what will happen also is that you will have a stronger perceived value. Is the fact that you actually bought a lot of things for a perceived less amount. Actually, you just were able to put things together in one single order, which is always the best perceived value. Even you can, of course, design special offers, yeah, and bundle discounts. But at the end of the day, the fact that you were able to put things together on the same cart gives you that perception. So it's very important that your language and your messages is that you will get this full Christmas set for just this, right? And customers will definitely like the idea of simplifying the processes along the way.
All right. We always mention in most of our live sessions, we always mention or recommend that you create unique designs that can be used across your store, and that you reuse or recycle your designs in multiple products. Reusability and cross-selling is of the essence when you are creating bundles. Because you can use, or you can have one striking base design and reuse it across multiple SKUs. So you can turn one single design into many revenue streams, because you can use exactly that. For example, the best dog that, or Merry Christmas or Happy Birthday one, to create bundles for example, shirts and hoodies and hats, or for example, cups and I don't know, boards and bunting flags. You can create bundles with the same design that will save time from you, from your manufacturing or creativity process, and increase the possibility of selling out products. Because you're multiplying and expanding your catalog. A recommendation here is that you are very consistent with the personalization that you're offering, because brand identity is of the essence. So try to keep things similar between one another, at least the same font or a particular color or your brand logo, or things that might give the idea to your clients that they are purchasing things that are mix and match, and not the same thing for all the time. When you keep that streamlined process and brand identity, you are creating in your clients the experience, the sense that they are purchasing from your brand something that they like, especially if they are recurring clients. All of these tips and tricks will make your store look a little more cohesive, right? And will save time from you when you're creating and designing new products, right? That's why reusability and cross-selling is of the essence when they have a coherent or cohesive sensation. When another tip for this experience in creating bundles is that when you create bundles, depending on whether they are matching, if you're manufacturing in-house or you're using the same POD, this would reduce the shipping costs and increase the efficiency, because your clients will be having or will be receiving plenty of the products, perhaps with a single shipping. So that reduces the time they are expecting the product and reduces the cost for them. And of course, it increases the chances of your selling and creating a client that is recurring, right? So all of these tips and tricks will help you create a nicer experience when you're increasing the AOV for your clients.
As well at this time of the year when things will take some time to arrive, or you're closing into the to the closing date, being able to sort out your holiday purchases or your gift purchases in one single order definitely will save you the time and the not just the actual waiting time or thinking time, but also the solving time. So everything goes, it's like today I solve this, tomorrow I solve the other, and every single day that goes by and different vendors, things can happen from one order to another as there's a lot of other orders coming in. So whatever shipment took you 2 days, maybe the next one you do the next day will take 5 days, and so on, so on. So reducing the shipping cost and the efficiency is very important, and also will save you some time later on when you have everything sorted out. Now, this thinking ahead kind of experience that the bundles give you, of course, encourages you to do some repeat purchases or family purchases, right? So basically, when you put together a bundle that will be focused um, on a family, I mean, the design can be set to replicate certain things, to add other things. Sometimes they will show or hide different parts because you can actually get like the family. So the mother would get a particular customization. So customizations can be perfectly triggered to the whole, targeted to the whole family. Yeah. Instead, so having one product and then wait for the other or pick another, you will just get, so this is for the dad, this is for the, you can suggest add this for the other family members, and you can put together everything just for in one family purchase directly, right? So if you think about ornaments, if you think about pajamas, right, pets, and mugs for couples and people, so actually, in fact, you can actually bundle the same product when you're actually changing designs. And something that you keep in mind. Okay, so remember, you're not selling just one product. You're creating this collection, right? This set of unique elements for every member of the family or group of people, and into this, we definitely tap into the gifting psychology. And this is part of the tutorial we're going to be doing today. The fact that you can actually put together the same information on a slightly different design. Right? For example, I mean, if you put together preset group of elements or product sets, you can establish, for example, this one, right? Like, for example, for weddings day or for anniversaries, you see his hairs. That can actually be done directly using Customily. So the complete the set will be definitely a good message, or the set is already created by you by just putting together and bundling together those products in one single purchase. So keep an eye on not only suggesting other products by creating selling groups, but also putting together from the very beginning those products together, so people will go straight to what they're looking for.
When you're creating bundles, you're thinking of optimization, right? And you are thinking of creating a great experience for your clients where they're getting more products and easy purchase, right? Here are some ideas, some proposals for the upcoming dates. Don't forget to expand and take this and create further ideas from this. You could start by creating ornament sets, for example, by having multiple designs, and you can offer them in acrylic, wood, or ceramic if you're using a POD, or if you do the manufacturing in-house. Customers love family sets that look cohesive on the tree. You could offer, for example, with options to type names for the family members and mix and match with Christmas figurines, like, for example, a Christmas tree or a reindeer or Santa Claus or whatever, right? So you could create that, for example. Another idea as bundles is including ornaments with, for example, lamps. So you can create a design that has the same cohesive look, but you can translate that into other products, such as the pet lover set that we have here, where we are offering, for example, drinkware, bags, and accessories. Those could become products that are sold for pet lovers, for when you're taking them out on a stroll, when you're taking them out on a visit, or when you're on a road trip. So owners multiple times or frequently purchase lots of items. Featuring the furry friend to give away or to keep for themselves. So think of this, think of which is the value that you want to add to your clients and how optimize you're creating this experience. A great present, for example, is a wedding gift, or to offer for wedding season as well, is couple sets. This is also available, a great idea for Valentine's Days or anniversaries, where you can include, for example, mugs, t-shirts, and pillows, or a bathrobe, for example, and matching pillows and sheets, etc. So think big and think of what is the concept that you are selling so you can create matching products that could use the same design.
Yes, and actually the design itself will give you a hint of what can you combine as products. So for example, when we set a home and decor set, right? So of course this can include blankets, pillows, and wall art, right? Because they can be all combined. Tapestries also can be hanging from walls and matching together. So in that case, we have done in previous live sessions these maps that are shaped like mountains, for example. And so basically you can have the same concept repeated on different parts of the house. So there's like a logical sequence that will make sense to the whole set and to the whole bundle. The same goes with the night sky sets, right? So maybe your night sky will have for wall art, it will have a poster, it will have a certain meaning or a certain date. Another one will be for the ornament, another one will be for the cards. And there's like a sequence, it's a logic in which you are presenting different dates, important anniversaries through night skies. Yeah, and they all have their own correlation along the house. And of course, jewelry sets. Definitely, you can put together for necklaces, bracelets, the cards that will go into the box. Sometimes those cards will also match a acrylic stand in which you can also put the keepsake. That's something that some of our partners offer. So it's really interesting to have that logic of the same design in part of that bundle. Yeah, so always keep in mind that the design will definitely make sense to the whole bundle. That's very important to keep in mind. Yeah, and actually that's how we're going to be focusing our tutorial today. Now, this is just some of the numerous ideas we have for you, the numerous tips and strategies we have put together. Actually, our marketing team has put together for you on the POD customization playbook. This is a great tool that needs to be on your desk all year long, right? This is a playbook. You can start from the end, from the middle, from the beginning, right? This is something that you will always and constantly check as you plan your business along. So click on the links that are going to be shared on the chat and get your free copy today.
We also have available the Great Christmas Ornament Showdown. So we are reviewing we'll be reviewing the acrylic glass and personalized ornaments from our Customily print-on-demand partners to find out which ones shine the brightest this Christmas. So take a look at that video that our marketing team has put up together. It's actually really interesting and really fun. So take a look at it and make sure that you are fetching this information to select the best option that matches your store and your catalog for the upcoming Christmas season.
Yes, it's actually a really great content that our team has been putting together. Hopefully the first of many, and it's very informal, loosen up kind of style. So we always do this. We give you the best information. We put things together. We review our customers' products, and we do it live for you, for real. So check it out, because it's actually really interesting to see the end results and the whole process that our team did for you. Right, so now let's jump into the tutorial. And as you can see, we're going to do a bundle. Now, the bundle we thought about was a coffee lover kind of bundle. So we're going to customize a coffee bag. We're going to customize a coffee can, and we're going to also customize a coffee mug. Right, so basically, what you will get, whatever you get from you get into one of these products, you're going to be offered to bundle this with the other two, and the design will be the same. It's a Customily design. You see that the one that is called "Life is Better with Coffee." Yeah, we're going to take that design, but we're going to do some small tweakings to each and every one of those, because at the end of the day, the concept is the same. We're going to be using the same design, but if we rearrange it just a bit. Right, we changed a couple of things. We changed the way things show or we present them. It's going to be really really fun to see that the suggestion is still there. The customization is there. We just change the effect. So imagine this: you put your own name, you customize your own girl, right? And when you are when you're on the cart, you get more suggestions, and you see there's a bag, you see there's a coffee can, but the design has your name, has your character. It's just not exactly the same. That's really cool, and that's what we're going to do right now in the tutorial. So let me stop this presentation and share my screen really quickly. So, all right. So we're going to start off in Customily. Now, because we're going to be doing a Customily design, what I recommend is we start off by importing that into a design. This design will not precisely be the one we're going to be using, yeah, but we just need all the assets put together. And then we're going to just play around with that design. So if you are going to be replicating this, if you have your own designs, this is basically, you jump all the first part and you go straight to creating your designs, of course. But let's say I'm going to import from Customily, right? So the first thing I will do is I'm going to pick the design that I want. So from our collection, I decided to go into the fall season category, and I picked this design. Life is better with a drink. This actually says drink, meaning that actually you can change between coffee, milkshake, and different icons. We're going to focus on coffee, so we can actually tamper on this, and it's going to be really useful. So I'm going to just import this directly, right? And I'm going to create a design from this, a new design in my design collection using the assets here. Now, every single one of my future designs for every one of my products, the can, the bag, and the mug, are going to be variations of this design, correct? So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to just save this, because all I wanted was to create this. I'm going to save this so I have all the information ready to import into future designs. Why am I going to import this? Because every single design may have different proportions depending on the product we're going to be creating, right? So this is the, we're going to rename this, right? Life is better with a coffee drink. We're going to call this the just for importing layers. Yes, it's actually a good memory call, right? So we're going to keep this. No, actually, sorry, this is not the one. The one that I just created is still not showing because the system is actually generating all the options, right? So that's someone I had, another design I had. So as the new design that we imported is being added to our collection in a few moments because it's building the options, we're going to create our product bases. Now, for the mug, we're going to use a POD mug, but for the coffee bag and for the coffee can, we're going to be using product bases. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create, you see, that's the message that this design has been already created. That's great. Good to know. It takes a few seconds to generate the options properly. We're going to check that later. Let's say we're going to create a product base. We're going to create first the coffee bag. Now, a coffee bag, if I recall correctly, had a proportion, a slightly vertical proportion. So we're going to call this the live session coffee bag. Okay. Now this will print in a, let's say, I think it was a proportion of 20 by 30, but actually that's quite big. The coffee bag is actually small like this. It's like a 15 by 20 centimeters, right? 150 by 200 millimeters. Of course, you can put this in inches as well. Now, this is going to be my maximum print area. Remember how we put together product bases. We just need the information about the printable size, and we need the information about the exporting format between multiple supported formats. Okay, so now that we have the print area set, when we go next, we put together the product image. Now, I prepared this slight simple mockup that we're going to share with you later if you like this product. Remember, this is a product base, which means that technically I'm going to do this fulfillment in-house or with an exterior partner that is not part of the Customily POD partner system yet. But in any case, you have all the specs of that product and including the mockups, and you can put this together by clicking on the add product images. This will bring this one, yeah, and I'm going to just find this coffee bag. Okay, so this is my mockup. This is the product image that I need. It's a blank coffee, and I'm going to click on the printable area so I can actually put this exactly where I'm going to be printing. I of course know this information from because I'm the manufacturer, and I know for a fact that this is going to be printing on the very edge because I'm going to plan a design based on the edge.
Jose, can I stop you for just 1 second?
Sure. Go ahead.
Could we stop sharing and share again? Because there's someone in the chat saying that they can see it. I can, but let's just give that try so they don't lose this information.
Of course, yeah. Let me just 1 second.
Thank you.
And stop sharing. All right, let's try again.
Share it back again. I was able to see it, but let's make sure that everyone's
share screen again. All right, let's try again. Right, let's wait for the confirmation.
Okay. Thank you. I can see it.
Yeah, I don't see the chat, so it's great that you let me know.
Thank you. All right. So everyone, they see it. Great.
Excellent. Right.
Thank you. Sorry for the stopping.
No, right. Go ahead. Okay. So recapping a bit, we are building this product base of a coffee bag. Yeah, and as we are the manufacturers, we know for a fact that we're printing in a 15 by 20 centimeter area. This particular area will be regarding the actual product of the coffee bag will be there, right? So I position this exactly what I know is going to print. Particularly, I'm going to be printing very close to the edge, but this is something that I just intend to do because of the effect of the product, of the design later, right? This is not something solid or realistic. This is a particular product that I know for a fact it will be printing on the very edge of the bag. Yeah. All right. So that's my product base, and I'm going to click next, and off we go. Right. So this is the actual print. This is how it looks on the mockup. We save it, and actually we're going to just modify this. Actually, we only have one variant, which is the color, which is white. Later on, if you had multiple colors, you can actually put multiple images the same way I put the white bag, right? Okay, done, and save the product. So we have one product base ready. We're going to do the other product base so we can have everything ready to go to build our designs. Okay, for the can, we're going to use the same, let's go to the product bases. We're going to use the same proportion. Actually, I think it was like a slightly bigger, but we're going to use the same proportion. So let's create another product base. This one is going to be the live session can, right? And it will have the same proportion like that. Same export format. Okay, so we go straight to the next part. Here we're going to do another mockup. Of course, we're not going to be using the bag. We're going to click on add product images and look for the can. Let's call this, yeah, that's the one. This is the coffee can. And let's click on the print area here and adjust this. To make sure I adjust the size while keeping the center of the coordinate, I hold my shift key, just like that, yeah? So this, and I can use my keyboard arrows to move things in a space like that. Okay, perfect. So that's going to be our product. Let's click next and save it. So for the color, definitely we don't want this to show on the product. We want to just be white as well. Okay, now our mug product will be done from a POD. So you can bundle stuff from different vendors. The only thing that you need to keep in mind is that whether you bundle this together, every single one of the vendors will ship those differently, right? So if you bundle things that are part of the same provider or fulfillment, definitely that will simplify the shipping process. Now let's create a design. And this is actually very interesting because we're going to start creating a design, right? So this is the one that I generated first. And I'm going to call this, I'm going to call this the just for importing layers. Okay, because actually we want to create our own designs using these layers. Now I could actually get inside this design and modify that. But the thing is, it's always nice to keep the original in case you want to put together the girl again or the characters or retrieve certain information. So I'm just going to keep this here. And this is actually a really nice trick from Customily. We're going to create a design from scratch. This design is going to call this the live session. Life is better for bag. First of all, is the bag, right? Life is better for bag. Create design. Now for the bag, our design will have, well, ideally this is like a very big square, but we're going to resize this because actually we're trying to be precise on the proportions, right? So we're going to replicate the same proportions as we have for the bag. Now the bag prints on from the very edge down. So what I'm going to do is this. This is a big trick we're going to show you today. We have a feature. We have had this for a long time now, but maybe you haven't used this for just as useful as it is. We're going to click this, and as you can see, we are incorporating every new sources ahead. We are now supporting keeping layers and designs from designs and templates. We're supporting PSD file, and we'll soon be supporting Canvas. So keep an eye on this announcement. And so that was a sneak peek. So instead of importing from templates, I'm going to click designs, and I'm going to use this one just for importing layers. I'm going to import everything. Yeah, and then I'm going to play around and rearrange it. So I'm going to make sure I copy everything. I keep the same structure, the same IDs, and all that. So everything comes to my design, my new design here. Yeah, the reason why I did this is because I want to rearrange stuff without losing the original. First of all, I'm going to grab my leaves, and I'm going to put them down here. Yeah. So basically, my leaves will be on the edge, right? We can actually print this later on. We can arrange this to be cropped. Right now, I try to make things fit the printable area. So I'm going to keep my leaves there. I'm going to, I'm probably going to move everything, yeah, like that, the girl and everything. Yeah, but that's going to be for the bag. The bag, no, actually, I'm trying to remember precisely how did how was the original design for this? So just give me 1 second because we did a small sample here. Just one, I'm very curious because of all the many things we tested many ideas, and I actually like one of those. So for example, this was for the bag, and the bag, had pretty much the original, right? With a couple of adjustments. So this will keep the original, except that I actually like this name, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything, and I'm going to just push this all the way down. Maybe I can just click on Align to the workspace and push this down. I want this to be all the way down from the printing, and I want the name of the woman here. Oh, let me just, maybe I want to like lock everything. It's very useful to lock stuff when you actually want to move one single element. Yeah, so you see it's easier to move. If this goes way behind on the other layers, you can just push it all the way up so it shows, and you can actually make it bigger. So I actually want this name to be bigger, just like that. Maybe even a bit like that. We can actually open the character, and we can just make sure this is like, instead of 18 points, make it 50. And it's not going to be that big, but at least it's going to show just a bit bigger like that. So this will be my coffee bag design. Is the original girl, with all the with the big coffee and the leaves and everything. We're going to later on crop it on the edge. But that's how I'm planning to do things for my coffee bag. Remember, we are still using the same design from Customily. Okay, done. So we're finished with this. When we go back to the collection, the design is still putting together, and we're going to create a new design. Now, the new design is going to be for the coffee can. And for the coffee can, I actually had this, let's call this the live session. Life is better for can. All right, create. Same proportions. So I'm going to resize this to 150 to 200. So we have been talking about planning, having this in your mind. And if you have it already, you now are learning how to do it. I'm going to import all the elements from the Customily design again. This one. We import all, and we click this. Now for the design of the coffee can, I actually thought it would be nice to have like the title like float from the hot coffee. So basically what we're going to do is this. We're going to hide the leaves. We don't need for this design. We're going to grab the we're going to grab the big cup here, and this big cup will become a small cup. Yeah, still big and funny, but yeah, this is the title that's going to come up, and this is going to be my cup. We can have it like that. Yeah, still fun and big, but with that difference, right? So the text is going to come up, and the girl, which is, so this is the woman name, and then we have the woman's skin color, every single element. The big cup is there also, and it's just the titles, the one we don't want to move. I'm going to move the girl all the way down here. Yeah, and this one is going to be like this. So basically it's fun, but it actually looks like it's coming out like hot coffee, but it's actually on top. So I need to make sure that my titles goes under the big cup, so it looks like it's like having that hot coffee effect. Okay, just like that. Remember that if I always recommend keeping stuff within the boundary, the canvas that you're using as a reference. Yeah, even though you can later adjust this, it's just to make sure that the original size is respected. And then you can modify stuff. And then I'm going to go and click on the woman name here. The woman name definitely needs to be bigger. Probably going to be here. Make sure it's, here. Let's pick it. Make sure it's bigger. And we're going to change the character. Definitely it's not going to be this one. We're going to try something different and make it bigger. Yeah, this could be an option. Or we can try something like this. We can actually type something, right? Like I always recommend typing long names so you can see how it looks. Yeah, so basically what we want is, remember this is going to be like a coffee can. So if you actually need to put some sort of label or sticker, we can actually rearrange this to have the right layout and get things to make sure things fit. Yeah, so let's say I wanted to modify the Customily design to this. I have not changed a single part of the design yet. I have not changed the hairstyle options. I haven't changed the skin tones, anything. I just rearranged stuff, and that's the whole idea of today. Make sure you can use that design in many ideas, many ways, without getting into much trouble, So I'm going to save this, period. The last design, now this is the one that we haven't talked about yet because it's a mug. Now the design from the mug, we're going to create it using the specs from a product. So I'm going to create the design, okay? I'm going to put a name, of course, but remember there's always a button here to create from a product specs. This mug is going to be fulfilled with a POD. So let's call this the live session. Life is better for mug. Okay. Let's create a product from the design from the product specs. And I'm going to look for the mug. This one was actually a 15-ounce mug. Yeah, so it's trying to find the, oh, it's actually going to, there it is. And the one I was trying to find is one I picked originally was the one from Burger Prints. That's this one. All right, so I'm going to click this one, confirm. So it's going to pull the guidelines, it's going to pull the actual print size, and this is actually very handy and useful. And then we do exactly the same thing we did before. We import the layers from the original Customily design we created, the one that we call this just for importing layers. Later on, if we actually want to do something else with this, we can just keep importing. Yeah, let's say keep everything importing. What do I want to do here with this design? As it's pretty big, actually, just very interesting. So let's select everything. Yeah. Or maybe just select the unlock. It's the same. I'm not going to be able to. Let's see what happens if I go like 10%. That's the original Customily design. So I'm going to make sure it goes smaller and like that, right? So this is my design. What is it that I want to do with this design? I'm going to I want this. No, the leaves actually I don't want for this design, so I'm going to hide them. The title is very important. I'm going to move it here to one side. I will make it bigger. Yeah. Life is better, like that. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure it looks like this. And under that, I'm going to put the name of the girl, like this. And this will be also bigger, like that. I'm using the guidelines, so I keep things within everything. I'm going to click on the woman name again. I'm going to change the font to something else, like there should be a logic when you pick, so keep that in mind. We're just throwing stuff in to see. And let me double check how I thought about the size of the cup. Remember, I play a lot with the size of the cup. So let me put it where I can. Yeah, there was a product here that I built earlier, and I don't see that anymore. Okay, so let's wing it. So I'm going to grab everything that is the girl except. So let's keep the woman name lock and the titles lock because that's something we don't want now. And I'm going to make sure the girl comes here, goes bigger, and I think I like the small cup. You know, this big cup. So now that I have this sort of organized and centered, yeah, like this, I'm probably going to hide the guideline, yeah, and make sure the cup is just big, but not that big. Yeah. Yeah, so this is going to be my mug. Right? I'm following the guidelines and doing everything exactly as it is. Everything here is within the boundaries. Everything should be working perfectly well. Okay, so now let's click on Save Design. Now that we have this ready to go, what we do is this. We create the free products. Yeah. So after we create all these free products, we're going to adjust the options of only one of them, and we're going to reconnect with all the options. Yeah. And that's it. We create the selling group. So let's go like this. Go Start, and let's create the mug product first. Let's publish a new product. Pick from, this was from Burger Prints. It was the Fin ounce, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that was the one. I think so. There's no other. No. All right. So this is the one. Is it going to be white? Yeah, and it has one single print area. That's why I created the whole thing like that. So I'm going to pick from my designs, and I'm going to go for this, the one called Format. When I click Apply Design, it opens the adjustment window. And since we started off with the same with the same specs. As you can see, it's fitting correctly as it is. So we don't have to do anything here. We just need to confirm and done. So now we're going to just create the product. Now, most likely these Customily designs will have a lot of adjustments that we custom do for making sure they work pretty nice. Like, for example, they have, in this case, we have two types of leaves. We have several drinks. We have a lot of things that actually we don't need at this point. Yeah. So why? Because we're going to simplify this design. As you can see, for example, we actually have choice to either pick coffee or milkshake. Then we have, and actually this can change. But actually it changes the whole quote, and we want to keep things on the coffee side. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to make sure this is always selected coffee. This is always selected as a black color. You can see we have this in white, but it doesn't show that well. So the leaves in this design is not working. We're not going to just leave them. It is. So we are going to like somehow make a small tweaks and adjustments. And we do it on the first product, so we make sure it's working. The rest is all automated. For example, the woman name color will be black. So if I type here, it will show, yeah? Then the skin color. Well, the skin color shows in one of the parts. Remember that we have the hand, the arm, we have the skin, everything. So this selection is actually changing both the hands and the face and the skin tone, but it looks like this. You can, of course, change this. You can turn this into a single color kind of thumbnail, right? So keep that in mind. This is just the way it has been set. You can change the eye color, the lips, the hairstyles, right? And we can add a scarf if you want. And then we have a way to change the big cup. Now, because these are our milkshakes, we're going to just keep the coffee there, right? So because we want these small adjustments, which I always recommend you do when you're playing with Customily designs like this, you can go straight up and you can click on it says Edit Options. So I'm going to click on Edit Options. And I'm going to click on the preview button here. So at least I know where I'm standing. So if I were to locate titles and say coffee, fine, this is the only one I want. I click on the pencil, it opens this for me. I can click on the title and I can just open and close. I'm going to make sure this is hidden because I don't want this to be seen. I just want people to be able to see the coffee, period. Now, when it comes to the black coffee title, we do the same. We pick on the pencil, so we locate this, hide the option, and make sure the black option is selected, period. The leaves, we actually don't want the leaves to change at all. We just want to use one single image. So basically, I'm going to just delete this. It's going to show the first image always, as long as the object is visible. Yeah, don't be afraid to delete. You can always just redo the whole set again. And for the color, we do the same. We don't want this color to be an option, so we hide the option and make sure the black option, which is this one, text number 1, yeah, black, is selected. So that's it. Nobody can see that, and it's always selected black. Same goes here at the very end when we pick the cup. Basically, what we're going to do is we're going to locate the cup, and the cup doesn't have to show, and it always has to be the coffee cup. This is how we can set things to be selected always by default. So after we put these adjustments on, you see that the options change slightly. You see all things working the same way, simplified for the sake of this project. So let's call this, let's rename this to Life is There with Coffee. I'm going to copy this for future. All right, this is going to be our ceramic mug. I'm going to call this girl, yeah, Charlotte, yeah, and keep it customized like this. Maybe change the hairstyle a bit and make sure she's wearing a lighter sweater, yeah, something like that. Okay, sounds good. So let's save this as a product image, so at least we have an example, and publish this straight up. Yeah, this is our new product. Now this will bundle later and will show this Charlotte girl on the other products. So we're going to publish this. As while we publish this, oh, remember, if you don't have the API key of your POD, it's going to let you know, so reminds you to actually add the API key. Right, so let's do the second product, the one of the coffee bag. It's going to be faster because we're actually going to have the same options later. We actually don't need to like do the same adjustments to all the options, but it's very important. Oh, don't worry about this. Okay, this is the product. Yet life is better with coffee, and right. And this is the option set called for mug. This is the one we need to use always. So remember this. All right, let's keep this open and go back to another Customily tab. Create, just publish a new product. Go to product bases because we create those product bases. So we go here, we'll look for the coffee. So that's the coffee bag. Excellent. We have a design for this coffee bag. So we click on the design, we pick from our design, and this is the bag. Yeah. And one thing I wanted to do when I was going to position this, I wanted to actually readjust the position of this so we crop the leaves. So the design will show like this. And if I were to modify the Y coordinate here, like this, I can do something like this. Yeah, that could be a good idea. Let's confirm this. I'm going to generate my template using that cropping adjustment. Let's create this. And as we create this, we can actually go and jump into another tab and create another product. In this case, we're going for the coffee can, the live session coffee can. In this case, we had a specific design for the coffee can because it had the effect of this small vapor coming out. So I'm going to pick the design. In this case, I don't plan on doing any adjustments as long as it's nice and centered. Yeah, looks like it. Perfect. Yeah, so actually fitting pretty well. And let's confirm this and create the other product. So actually we can have two products running at the same time, or we can see if the other one has been finished, actually, like that. All right, this is about to finish. Yeah. Okay, like that. So one thing that you will notice is that the leaves looks like this. Yeah. The reason for that is because one thing when we created the product is we actually thought about the idea of having that being printed and cropped, but our preview is not exactly like that. Why? Because we're missing a very important option called the mask. The mask is pretty much the same image of the coffee bag you see here, but the actual coffee bag is transparent. So basically what you have is a gray background that you can put on top of everything. And it will crop this for preview purposes, right? So we're going to revisit tutorials so we can actually share you some ideas. We did this with the intention that if you find this and it's good for production, but maybe for previewing purposes it's not perfect, don't panic. You can always adjust this in Customily by adding another image on top of the one you're seeing right now. And that image should only be, in fact, you would just need to have like the gray rectangle at the bottom just to cover those leaves. Those leaves will fulfill perfectly well, will crop and print. But for preview purposes, you want to add some extra graphic to make sure it looks realistic, right? So I'm going to leave that right now. That was the idea. We need to make sure, right, this is going to be just this. Just put a name on this. Just to keep, just to save the image like that. When we upload the graphic, the assets to, when we upload the assets to the folder, we're going to add that mask so you know it's going to be your homework to know where to put it. All right, it's on the option, it's on the product base. There's always a choice to upload a product image, and it's always another choice to add a mask, which will be always on top of whatever design you put together. Finally, let's create the can so we can actually start doing our bundles. Okay, the second product you see here, this is the coffee bag, right? The coffee bag, we mentioned that the options will change. The options will not be this one because this one actually we didn't tamper on this. And for setting groups, we recommend having the same option set. So we're going to just remove this. It doesn't delete, it only removes. And we add option set and we go probably to the end of the bug. We go for the mug. This is the one we need to use. It's as easy as that. Replace one with another, save the product, and that's it. Okay, finally, this product is about to be finished, the one with the coffee can. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to change the title of the product as well. Yeah, make sure we put a name at least here. And save the image, so at least it's coherent. And publish, just like that. So this one the same. It will open another tab with the with the product, and it will take us to Customily here. Okay. Again, we need to change this option set. So quick tip: if you click on Add Option Set, you can quickly go to where the set is, and you can click the one you want and remove the one you don't want. It's just as easy as that. You don't have to remove and then add. You can do everything from the Add Option Set. So now we have this working. We have the free products with the same option set, different design arrangement. How do we turn this into a selling group? What we do is this. We go to the product section when you can see all your store products. Yeah. And we're going to manage our selling groups. We're going to create a new selling group. Yes. And it's going to ask you this. What is the name of the selling group? It's going to be the live session, Life is Better with Coffee. And the title, this is going to show at the end of the cart. So we're going to call this complete your set. So it's going to be like a message. And you say, oh, maybe I should keep scrolling down to see what's being offered. Finally, we need to find our products. Once we pick one product, every single product using the same option set will show up as options for integrating this selling group. So I'm going to put the title here. Yeah. Oh, apparently it's not selling. Oh, I recall that. No, wait. Oh, sorry, my bad. These are my testing products, but it's very interesting to see that if you are on another selling group, you're not being able to cross yourself. But this one, the one we created today, yeah, we're going to click on this one, and whatever product is using the same option set will show up on the list. So if I just click on the other two, yeah, and I save and publish. Now I have a new selling group called the LS live session, Life is Better with Coffee. So any product in this selling group, when it's added to cart, automatically triggers the suggestion of the other products. And we're going to test it right now. So what I'm going to do is, let's go with this one. Yeah, let's refresh this. It's very important this. You need to go, just making sure if you're going to be using bundles in Customily, make sure you go to settings, make sure you go to advanced settings. You need to click on it says save personalization data after adding to cart. This will cache the information that you have added as customization. And after you set this to be enabled, you will scroll down and you will see that you have available this show cross-selling in the cart, and you can actually turn this yes. It will not be available if you don't have the save customization data after adding to cart. This toggle will allow you, and you save this, this will allow you to see on the cart the cross-selling products. So now we're going to customize this. I forgot to put a price on this, but it's okay. Let's call this, in order to our missing partner today. And we're going to change the eye colors, change the lips, go for this hairstyle and this style. Just remember what we did, because we're going to try to see this on the other, on the setting, right? On the setting group. Okay, this is our design. And we're going to add to cart. Let me show, I don't have anything on the cart, that's good. So I'm going to add to cart. When we add to cart, well, in my case, it's going to open a drawer cart, yeah? And I can check out, but if I were to go to the cart, yeah, I will see this. Actually, I need to, in my particular setting, I just need to go back to my cart. So when I'm on the cart and I'm about to check out, I actually get to see this, complete your set. And you see how the girl here shows in here, shows in here. We have the name like this. This is how setting groups work. This has been generated automatically by Customily. And you see the same character in customization, but you see this on the other set. Different design layout and arrangement, still the same information. And that's it. And if I were to just remove this, yeah, actually I can click on this, add to cart, right? So I'm going for this. And I go here and I see complete the set, and this will turn into the customization. That's the magic of selling groups. That's the magic of cross-selling and bundling together. Because definitely, if you see this, it attracts you to finish off your, right? So basically, you're going to just say, oh, I want my mug with this, yeah? And your set will actually, well, it already has the can, so you want to add the other one, and you complete the bundle. Of course, it will always try to suggest new bundle options based on your last addition to the cart, right? Because who knows, maybe you want to keep adding more, right? But this is how everything has the same customization right away. So how about we jump into the Q&A, Geoffrey? I think I have some questions here, but I don't know if they have been answered on the chat.
Yeah, awesome. So thank you very much for that, Jose. You have answered most of the questions already. I am part of those people that keep questions but expect the explanation. So you explained all of those. But let's dive into two of them that are similar.
All right.
Is this available for Etsy? Can this be done for Etsy? Or is it only for Shopify?
That's a good question. The thing is, because we intervene on the cart for Shopify and WooCommerce, we actually can get this information to be available before you check out. Now, Etsy works different because Etsy has the whole structure very fixed as it is a marketplace. I'm going to say it's not available. We haven't actually tried that, but based on the logic and the way Etsy works, this cross-setting is not available because actually you can bundle those things. The thing is, you cannot change the preview within Etsy, right? So that's why we cannot provide this on the cart on Etsy. You can definitely set bundles and suggestions and cross-setting on Etsy with using their own tools, but the preview will not change. That's the thing. Because customization happens after you purchase on Etsy. So right now it's only available for WooCommerce and Shopify.
All right, awesome. And then the other question they all have similar questions, but can we offer these bundles or can we create these bundles to show up on the product page and not only as a part of the add-ons?
That's actually a very good question. I will have to check on that. Actually, it's a very good thing to pass along to our product team. I think there was once a concept to actually work on that. So I'm positive eventually it will be something that we can incorporate because I think it's going to be very useful. Right now, it's something that is happening on the cart itself.
Okay, thank you very much. I was just replying one question on the chat. Is there a way to show perfect? Okay, what if the products offered on the bundle have several variants? Can the clients pick variants like the size or the size of the mug, etc.?
Yes, actually, one thing that I will recommend because we are adding to the cart directly without going through the actual product page, is on the settings at the top on the advanced area. We recommend that you there's a way here to add edit personalization link. This will add a link that you can actually customize this, yeah, or even set a preview modal button on the card. You can actually add stuff to the card, right? So in the section called card items, you can replace the thumbnail with a personalized preview. You can add the personalization link, meaning that if you add it to cart using the cross-selling, there's going to be a preview here, a button, or you can actually enable that. There's going to be a link to edit personalization, and that will take you to the product with the customization, so you can actually make some adjustments. Okay, it's very important because one thing that they were asking, I think one of the questions was, how can we use this personalization feature to create similar products but for different recipients, like his, her, mom, dad. So, for example, you can create the whole structure using the same option set, because, for example, you can ask for the mom name, the dad name, and the kid name, and one is going to be object text number 1, 2, and 3. So every single one of your designs will have the text 1, 2, and 3, and so the customization will be the same because the option set will be the same. It will throw all the information to all the products, but every single design, remember we changed designs here. We alter the design. So what if I hide the mom name and I show the dad name on one design? I do the same with the kid name. Basically, the information goes entirely into the customization, but you see only pieces of that, depending on the product. So basically, that's the whole idea. Or that's one concept, especially when you're bundling products that are recipient focused, like kid t-shirt, women t-shirt, or male t-shirt. Now, if you actually add the same products or unisex products, you actually don't have a specific design that has been set for that. What you can do is just enable that feature that I told you, edit personalization link, and that will generate a small text in here that you can click to modify that particular addition to the cart. It will not affect the others, because once you add to the cart, you save that personalization data, but you can still modify it without affecting the rest. This cross-selling process is there. It just generates that particular view, but it's not connecting or chaining the others to be always the same. After you add to the cart, if you have that edit personalization link feature, you can modify those products directly on the cart.
Thank you, Jose. Particularly regarding the specific product variants, like sizes and colors.
It's the same. It's the same, actually. It takes
because they have nothing to do with the design, right?
No, it takes you to the product, so you can actually make the changes there, and it will just take that information back to the cart without adding a new item. In fact, if you click here, basically, right, you can edit the personalization data on the cart. You can edit the product on the cart instead of adding a new one. Okay, when the customer loads personalization from the cart, basically. So it will take you to the product. You will make the changes, change the variant, color, sizes, whatever, and it will take you back to the cart. So make sure this is set. This is also set. Right, so playing around with the advanced tab is very important, because these settings have a lot to do with the user experience.
Okay, thank you very much. We have a feedback regarding that, and we'll make sure, Gary, that we share it with our developers and our project team. We understand how important it is for the clients to have a great purchase experience, so we'll take that to our team. Okay. And that's the last question we have for the day.
All right. I was reading. I think one of those were answers. I was just reading my questions here. All right. Let me just jump back to the presentation. Okay. Took a bit extra of time, but I think it was really useful to see the whole process of creating free products, making sure they have the same options, but different themselves, and also later on be able to put them together in a cross-selling system. If you have any other questions, of course, this will pop up as you start to follow along and do this tutorial and many others. So make sure you always reach our support team at support@customily.com. Also by opening a live chat on the app during EST business hours. Yeah, but that's a great chance to actually live chat with one of our team members. Great. And also make sure you join our communities. As you can see, we are constantly releasing enhancements and new features. So communities, Facebook communities are really a great place to learn the latest of Customily, to sign up to live sessions and to special events to get your playbook, everything you can think of. The best way to go is to the communities.
Before we go, there is a question: will we host webinars for WooCommerce and bundles? I think it's safe to say that we can include this as a topic for future live sessions, but most of our features are generally available for all of the platforms. There are some limitations to those, and you can always contact us, as Jose was saying, on the chat, via email, on the forums, or get in line with any of us. So if you have a question on how what any of our features is available for your e-commerce, just shoot us a question. We're here to help you.
Definitely. I mean, every single feature we have presented today, except when we say otherwise, is currently seamless for Shopify and WooCommerce, as they are our store platforms, not marketplaces. So we may have some features shared with Etsy, for example, and some may not. But in the case of Shopify and WooCommerce, they're pretty much seamless and they're pretty much the same. Some new features, as we inform alongside, are limited to Shopify as they are released, and then they are incorporated. But those are the very newest, and we actually clarify that like we did today with the emojis. Otherwise, everything you saw today is definitely available and you can play around. But it's actually a very good suggestion that we do an upcoming live sessions using our WooCommerce demo store instead of our Shopify demo store, which is usually easier because it's, well, chaotic and we have like a million products. But definitely we have our own Woo store to play with, and we're going to incorporate that so you actually can see this on a different perspective. It's actually a very good suggestion, so we really appreciate that. And well, thank you, Josefina, on the chat. Thank you, the whole marketing department, for always putting together the best research and the best tips for you, and hosting this, hosting this, as we're seeing right now, that they are always on the backstage, putting together the playbook for you. Please download and use it. It's great. Also, make sure you check our latest content, the showdown, with ornaments in this particular case, but we hopefully we get something more. And thank you, Joffrey, for being a great co-host.
Thank you very much, Jose, for having us. Thank you for such informative live session, and see you everyone next time.
See you all next time. Bye-bye.